Your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment. Inspirit Nutrition. What if instead of a side chick, you got a side job? So what is a side chick? What is a sancha? What is a mistress? Since man has fallen, we've had harems, we've had side chicks, we've had sanchas, we've had, main things, and then we had the side chick. It's a comical, phenomenon that's going on with our generation. Young millennials are joking about side chicks, side bays, this and that. It's really BS. It's really irresponsible. It's causing the spread of sexually transmitted diseases, all kind of crazy stuff. But this post isn't really about side chicks, mistresses, or sanchas. What this is actually about is increased work ethic, hustle, and industriousness. So I propose that the average young alchemist, the young millennial, the go-getter, the young hustler, anybody that's enterprising, that's aggressively enterprising, you have to work double time. You have to double up your work effort. So if you're working 40 hours a week, you should actually double it up. You should be doing 70 to 100 hours a week. What? 70 to 100 hours a week? Kind of closes to his video. He's wilding. Nah, the truth is that most people just do things half-heartedly. We have been told that we graduate from high school, go to college, get your MBA, get your law degree, get your bachelor's, whatever the case may be, and you'll find a good job. We get a good job. We realize either we're barely making ends meet, but we're barely having any savings, or we have a really nice job, have some savings, and we're having fun, but then we raise our standard of living. So our money's here, our standard of living's here. We just raise it up to meet that standard of living, and we're barely making any headway. So I believe to make any headway, somebody should be someone alchemist, young alchemist, or millennial should become industrious. Industrious means diligent and hardworking. There's some benefits to getting a side job or a side hustle as opposed to a side chick. So I'm going to talk about some of those benefits. The first benefit is something that I actually gained from Elon Musk. He's one of my heroes, idols, mentors, whatever you want to call it. He stated that you have to work hard as hell. You have to be creative, but you have to be tenacious, and you have to work hard as hell. He said basically that I'm going to put a link in this video, but if you're working double time, you can achieve in 4 to 6 months what it takes the other guy to achieve in a year, or the other company to achieve in a year's time. So this is a big benefit of working double time, of having a side hustle, of having a side job. So that's the first thing. The second thing is increasing your professional network. In general, our world reflects us, but at the same time, we live in a world with other people, and we have to share this world with other people. So professionally and personally, when you expand your relationships, you're expanding your reach, you're expanding your capacity, you're expanding your human and social capital. So say you're a lawyer, you're working at a firm, you just got out, or you're working at a bar association, I don't know where lawyers work, you're working at a court or something. You can work there and do some consulting on the side. That way you have new clients that you're introducing yourself to, that are coming into your network, and you're developing your skills, your personal skills that you got from college, or that you just have in general. So if you're an artist, don't just have one client, one main client. Look at your job as just your main client. You have other clients on the side, other side jobs going on. That's the main thing. I mean, that's the second thing, is increasing your network. Another thing is being able to pay off old debts that have been stacking up. It's nothing like the psychological relief of having a debt paid, a credit card bill, a medical bill that you incurred when you didn't have medical insurance, that paid off, an old debt that you said you were going to pay a family member, just whatever it is. It's a psychological relief to know, hey, I paid that off. with your main hustle, your main job, paying all your regular bills, you can take that side hustle, that side job, and you can move that money towards paying off bills. That's a huge benefit. What kind of job, like side hustles could you get? You always want to think, work smarter and not harder. So right now I have 3 jobs. I am a dietitian, so actually I have more than 3 jobs, but let's just say I have 3 jobs right now, official. The way I work at a clinic and I work at 2 hospitals. The way I look at it is that I'm young, I'm vibrant with youth, with ambition, and with power to succeed. So the way I look at it is, if I'm an entrepreneur, so my main job is just my main client. I have other clients. I even do private consultations, nutrition consultations. If you're interested, email inspirit.nutrition@gmail.com. That's another source of income. But also I have real estate, rental income, another source of income. But in terms of my jobs, those official jobs, I deal with 3 jobs. So I was gonna get another full-time job that paid, menial wages, maybe at Target or at Jamba Juice or something like that, doing waiting tables or bartending, something like that, just to get money coming through. But I was sitting with my brother and building with him. He's like, look, you got to work smarter, not harder. So I can make 3 times the amount of money by using my professional skills, and I work a third of the time. So it makes more sense for me to have 2 side hustles at these hospitals, where I consult with the hospitals and they pay me way more money than I would get as if I was working a minimum wage job full time. So you got to think. There's other things now. You got Uber, you got Instacart, you got Postmates, you got the delivery services of the phones. Like, you can ride your bike and deliver. You can, get real creative. So there's a lot of side hustles out there. You don't only have to be a professional to do that. You can sell things on Etsy, etc. You get the idea. So those are ideas of where you can get, start doing your side hustles. Evaluate yourself. Look at your talents. Look at your potentialities that you haven't tapped into. We have powers and talents that we haven't tapped into yet. We're just getting started. The alchemists are just getting started. So tap into your resources and dig deep. Another thing is actually creating a savings or investment fund. A lot of times we have meager savings. They tell us you should have 6 months worth of living expenses. That should be your savings. Who the hell is going to have 6 months worth of living expenses if they're not living with their moms? If they're living with their moms, then yeah, they don't have to pay any rent, very little rent, or small amount of bills. But in reality, say your living expenses is like 2 G's or 3 G's a month. That means you have to save up 18 G's. A lot of people don't have 18 G's to save up. The average college graduates with like 29 or 28 G's from student debt. So if you just had 18 G's to whip around, you may throw that towards your student debt. But most people don't have that. So when you come in with the state of mind that one job is not enough, that's not going to get me to where I need to go. I need side hustles. I need passive income. I need, like, real estate is passive income. That's mailbox money, as Nipsey Hussle would call it. That's money that comes in. That's mailbox money, and passive income is getting paid for work that you did a long time ago. So that's like royalty checks. You want to set something up like that. That's for another video. But right now, I just want to say linear work, extra hustles, extra jobs that are going to pull in some type of money. So again, making an actual savings and /investment/travel fund. A lot of people, they don't have any type of savings because they live paycheck to paycheck. But once you get that side hustle and that new job, you set a goal, a savings goal, because otherwise you're going to just spend it. You're going to feel like, oh man, I've been working hard. I need to go buy some J's, or I've been working hard. Let me take my girl out. No, make a savings fund, a savings goal, and say, I want to save 6 G's. I want to save 2 G's. I want to save 5 G's. I want to save 30 G's, whatever you want to save. And all that money you're getting from the side hustle, boom, you're throwing it to the savings fund. So now you're developing a Cuba fund, a travel fund, an investment fund. Maybe you want to buy some stocks, or maybe you want to just save in general 6 months worth of savings. All right. So that's another thing that, this lifestyle, this science develops, having a side hustle. Another thing is just tapping into your own creativity. Like I said, we have so many unknown talents, untapped potential. uncharted parts of our minds that we haven't utilized. By being creative and thinking of new ways to produce finance, you're gonna feel more fulfilled because you're gonna be using your God-given talents. So that's another aspect. Another thing I would say is just this one's really important. Developing immaculate credit. So I'm going to do a whole video series on credit, the importance of it, how to develop it, but I'll just keep it short here. You can begin developing immaculate credit when you have a side hustle, another consulting job on the side, Uber, Instacart, etc., a small part-time or another full-time job, because you can take that money, pay off all your debts, right? Once your debts are paid, that's going to improve your credit score. Once your credit card bills are paid, that's going to improve your credit score. When you can pay off bills every month on time and pay your credit card bills in full, and then some, pay more than the monthly minimum, pay off your whole balance in full every month, now your credit score is increasing. They say only certain people have credit, certain races, certain social economic classes. No, those with knowledge and with discipline have the best credit, and credit is king. So you can develop immaculate credit. Now you can qualify for loans. Now you can qualify for homes. Now you can qualify for cars, etc. Good credit is always good. So you want to develop immaculate credit with the side hustle, with the side job. This is way better than having a side chick, because you're dealing with unfaithfulness. You're dealing with wasting time. You're dealing with all kind of stuff. That leads to the next thing, is the maximum use of your time. A lot of times we sit and watch Netflix, we binge on Netflix, play video games. We're just wasting time. Post work is we're not reading, we're not exercising and getting money. I call exercising getting money, but developing a work schedule where all your hours are utilized to produce income, you start valuing your time more. Because you become more organized, you quickly realize there's no room for BS in your life. You have to tighten things up and make a schedule for preparing food, make a schedule for exercising, make a schedule for showering, body, grooming, make a schedule for your friends, family, and you make everything tight because you got multiple things going on. You got side hustles. Make sure that side hustles are all legal and they all produce income. They all produce income. So legal and produce income. I think the last thing is just developing a general spirit of industriousness and hard work and improving your work ethic. Like I said, a lot of people, they're just half-heartedly living, half-heartedly moving. You're not tapping into really any visceral, zeal and fervor and working hard. You want to work hard in this world, and ultimately, the end goal is not to just infinitely. The end goal is not to just infinitely have side hustles and you just working 70 hours a week or 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 hours a week. You want to do that for a short period of time with the end goal in mind. So you start developing ideas for passive income. You start developing ideas for investments that'll make that money that you've been saving work for you, right? So now you can cut off one of your consulting jobs, or you can cut off your main job, and now you just have two or three passive income sources. You got 2 or 3 consulting sources that money's coming in, and now you got a lot of free time to spend with your family, friends, travel, whatever, and you got income coming in from different sources. They say that it's too much, it's gonna overwhelm you, you're gonna be tired. Look, man, we God's children. We the alchemists. We're the original ones. We the ones with the power. Don't listen to anything that doesn't empower you. Whatever strengthens you, take it up. Hold it. Hold it tight. You have the power. It's all about the right mental attitude. If you believe you can, the body will proceed. The body will follow. There's some people who work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 2 full-time jobs, 3 jobs because they have to, because they're immigrants, because they're living in poverty, because they're single mothers, single fathers, because they're trying to chase a dream. You got to get passionate about life. You got to have faith in yourself. When people tell you, oh man, what you got 2 jobs for? It'll make sense later. Tell them that. Hit me back in 6 months. It'll make sense then. You have to be determined. And the energy, trust me, when you use your power, God will give you more. If you don't use it, you lose it. Remember what they say. So work hard now, reap the benefits later. They say that most millionaires have at least 7 sources of income. You hear a lot of people repeating that, but you see the average man only having 1 source of income. It doesn't make sense. How can you have rich thoughts but poor habits? Get your grind on. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian back again for another installment. Peace and blessings.